Hello, people of the internet. My name is Maximum Illusion, and welcome back to another Warframe build video. Today, as promised, we are doing the Sand King Inaros, the oldest build I've ever done. This guy he's an oldie. He was great. But before we jump into the actual build, I have a single announcement to make right now. I'm gonna start doing survival videos. Just a new series I'm gonna start up. That basically what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be taking the builds that I've been creating, my Inaros, my Nidus, Necros, Chroma, all the builds that I'm going to create and that I have created, I'm going to be putting them through a mock stress test. For those of you who don't know what that means, basically I'm going to be doing the mock survival in the void, and I'm going to be going as long as I can to see just what these builds can take, but on top of that, I'm going to record it, and I'm not going to edit any of it, so you guys get to see the entire build. You get to see everything it can do and exactly what it's capable of. But let's put all that aside for now. Let's jump right into this build guide. This has got to be one of the craziest builds I've ever done. I mean, the Nidus was incredible, but this is, well, with his sheer amount of health, he may not beat Nidus in EHP, but he does beat Nidus in swag. I will say that much. So let's take a look at this. So here's what we got on here. We have Steel Charge for the extra capacity. We actually we have to have Steel Charge because with the Umbral mods, you run out of room really quickly. And I mean really quickly. It's actually kind of it's kind of scary how fast you run out of room. But and with those you gain massive amounts of armor and health. Now the Intensify, the only reason I have it on there is, as you can see if you'll watch my armor and my health, I lose a good amount of armor and health from that. So I keep it on there because even though I can't use it, it still is useful. So, Handspring. Handspring is an interesting mod and a lot of people use, but I found that late game, with this build and the way this build works, if I'm not constantly up and attacking and regenerating my health, and I get knocked down and I can't get up fast enough, I will die. Like, instantaneously. Now, I did say just now that it is not an ability frame, so you're probably wondering why I have my Flow and Hunter Adrenaline on there. Well, Flow is of course for more energy, and Hunter Adrenaline is for even more energy, and you'll see why very soon. It's quite interesting. But then we have the Gladiator mods. I have them on there. They're more for the combo chance, the crit chance per combo multiplier, but I also have them on there because they add armor and health. That's useful. And then there's the one mod to rule them all, the ultimate tank mod, the thing that has turned the living tectonic plate called Nidus into a literal planet, Adaptation. We're sticking this on Inaros and making him retardedly powerful just because why not? I mean, really, why shouldn't I? Anyways, here we have Arcane Grace for regeneration because, you know, more HP is better, and it also means I don't have to use as much energy to regenerate my health later on because I can just ignore most of that small amounts of tick damage I take. Then we have Arcane Trickery because when you're in high-level survivals, especially fighting some high-level some of those high-level enemies, just regular attacks don't cut it, and you need finishers, and Inaros is really good at those, but this will make it so that you can occasionally go invisible for a good amount of time. So, after that, we are bringing back the old Imperial Vape Cannon, just because it is a good weapon. Here is my build. So this is my version. I have a Riven mod that gives attack speed and crit chance, which is useful, but for you guys who don't have that, this is what you should do. So this is the build for people who don't have everything they need. It's a very powerful build. It works incredibly well. I have the sacrificial mods on there, so of course you have to Forma everything. So lots of Forma on these builds. Always going to be lots of Forma. It's kind of ridiculous. But of course, yes, you lose a bit of damage with sacrificial pressure, but the damage you gain from the crit chance actually outweighs it. Went through, did the calculations, and having that extra 30% crit chance, even with just this, not being a maxed out mod, just the 30% extra crit chance, was worth losing the extra, I think it was 15% damage you lose? 15, 25, give or take a bit. But yeah. Now, here's why we need so much energy. Right there, look at that. Minus 140% channeling efficiency. We just put our so original channeling efficiency was at 5. Now it's at 12. So, you know, our channeling cost is significantly higher than it used to be. But with this, we'll be able to regenerate massive amounts of life. And as I stated in one of my other Inaros videos, you will potentially be able to break 100,000 HP in one frame. But that's only against infested, unless of course you're fighting hyper low level enemies, and then it will probably work on anyone depending on how much damage you do. But I can speak from experience. I have broken 100,000 HP in one frame with this weapon. I have. And you can do it on pretty much any character as long as you can stay alive long enough to get your combo multiplier high enough to do enough damage to get it to actually reach the 100,000. Now, of course, we have a Blood Rush because it's one of the most key mods in any crit build. It allows you to stack your crits super quickly, especially early on. Organ Shatter, extra damage, might as well. Gladiator Rush, another key part of this mod and this build. It's the biggest key part of this mod is got to be the combo duration, but the extra crit chance times your combo multiplier is really useful. Berserker, because you need that attack speed, and then we have Primed Reach because, hitting everything within the next half-mile radius is really, really nice. Can't even lie about that. Now, I have finally gotten my Jin, which is really nice. Right now I'm still working on leveling him up and getting my formals on him, but I have put Reawaken on him, so now I will almost always have my Vacuum up, which is really useful. Later on, in one of my future videos, you guys will get to see the full build, the full Jin build, and that's going to be great, and I can't wait for that. So, now that we've gone over the build, let us show you what it can do. So, here we have a few of these guys. We're going to summon 8 of them and see what it does. Now, note, this is without abilities, so I have no abilities on at all, and they are having massive amounts of trouble trying to kill me. In fact, they might not ever be able to kill me, which is really, really weird. So yeah, Adaptation's doing its work. It's doing really well. In some of my previous tests, I had a bunch of other stuff pop up in the upper right. There's one. There's another. There's another. There's more. I don't know where these are coming from or what they do, but they are doing something. As you can see, I instantly regenerated my max HP from the weapon. But now let's kill these guys off, and let's see what happens when we use an ability. So this is going to double our armor, make us even harder to kill. Now, one of the things you guys do need to note is that I actually on my Jin, I actually have Meta Ray, as you guys notice, so I do regenerate even more HP from that, so that's just extra usefulness that, helps out when I need it to. So, let's simulate them again and see what this does. So far it's doing pretty well. Keeping my Arcane Grace up almost all the time. There's the first of the freaking stacks. I don't know what those are or what they're from, but they just keep on going. And it's really weird, and I don't know what it's doing or what they've done. But this is... Look at this, look, it's just constantly going down. I have like infinite reduction right now. So I don't know what this glitch is, but it doesn't actually appear to affect anything right now. What I think it is, I think it's just every time the impact activates again, it gives me another stack. So I don't know what that's from or if that's what it's doing, but we will have to see. So I'm actually gonna go over here. I'm gonna kill off these enemies, and in one of my recent videos, I talked about the potential lifesteal you can get with this weapon, and a lot of people were disliking that video and saying it was clickbait. And so today, in this video, I'm actually going to be proving that at the very least, this weapon can regenerate almost max HP instantaneously. So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to go and I'm going to remove my Arcane Grace. It's gone. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go and I'm going to remove my Medi Ray. And then I'm going to go over here and resimulate. I'm gonna have to simulate a lot of these guys because you actually have to get your in order to get a good amount of life regeneration, you have to have a high combo chance. So I'm gonna be summoning out yeah, these guys. So let's simulate these. So I've got my combo multiplier up so that I don't lose it easily when I'm trying to get my health low. So we're at a 3x combo multiplier. Let us see what happens now. So I should be able to sit here for a good amount of time and let them get my health pretty low, and then I'm going to channel and I'm going to hit a few enemies and see how fast I regenerate my health. So this is at a oh wow, apparently. So while they're apparently Neramon is not working in the simulacrum anymore, which is unusual. So I'll just have to get that back up manually. Alright, now, witness. Almost instant max HP, and that's at low level against very few amount of enemies. Alright? You'll probably be hitting a lot more, and you'll probably be hitting them a lot harder once you're actually fighting level 100s. And if you're worried about energy, this is me constantly channeling. So as you can see, this build it's hard to kill, right? Against Infested, it'll be even more insane. Although against Infested, it's kind of hard to test low level and even level 100 Infested, just because I'm not going to take any actual damage. So there you have it. Proof that this weapon can, at the very least, regenerate your max HP almost instantaneously, even at higher levels. In fact, especially at higher levels, it'll be able to do that. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you liked this build, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell if you really want to. You don't have to, but I do recommend it. And I will see you all in my next video, starring yours truly, Chroma.